Netrunners, ready your pants. It's the semifinals. We got David Hoyland on the right. We got Timmy Wong on the left.
This is the classic matchup, blast from the past.
Strap in, Tim. Strap in.
Oh, I'm strapped.
Everybody out there,
My
are you guys strapped?
seatbelts are on.
Is everybody strapped in? The semifinals Worlds 2015. It doesn't get much better than this. Winner goes to play Dan in the finals.
The grand finale.
Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this. High stakes. Amazing Netrunner happening here. Dave installing 2 pieces of ice up top and hedge fund.
I've never seen that term before.
We've been doing it since Corset, my friends.
We call that ice baby.
Ice baby round toss. So we got Whizzard on the left playing its HB Food, known as such because of the inclusion of Global Food Initiative. A beautiful no-risk three-pointer. Just costs you an influence, and the HB decks have caught on fire.
They love it.
They have caught on fire. Whizzard on the left there. Timmy, man after my own heart. Loving the whiz. Certainly fights that asset economy. We have a couple of sure gambles and an imp. A great opening turn for Timmy Wong. A great opening turn.
Did you just purge?
No. No. The answer is no. All right, so Dave now looking at how to put some pressure on. Dave runs his HB decks very aggressively. Dave, I feel like, actually plays a very aggressive style of Netrunner, especially as the Corp. He never really takes the brakes off, and I am so excited to watch him play this one out. Draws second click there. One of my pet peeves, and gains a credit.
Okay, yeah. Seems like a good turn.
Install our remote, gaining a credit, gains a normal credit, and then draws a card.
Let's get an extra card. Let's create a new remote and get 2 credits.
Click 1. Timmy going to threaten with this imp. He's going in. I love the imp pressure here.
Rototurret.
And there's an Eli.
Click, click. Do it, Timmy.
He's not a click, click guy. He's just not. He's an efficient machine, and I got to tell you, if you pick up a Timmy Wong deck, which a lot of you will try after watching this and another Timmy Wong games. He clicked through it.
Boom, called it.
Nailed it. You got some Tim magic. Oh, do you keep the
get rid of that.
Ichi? I don't know. I do kind of like imping that away.
I mean, anytime I can get rid of an Ichi.
He's going to keep it. He says no probos.
What's he saving it for?
There's an I've had worse. And that finishes out the turn, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, if you guys play a Timmy Wong deck, and you will, you generally will feel like you just don't have enough money. That's basically how Timmy plays. He plays right down the line. And as I've said many times before, if you end the game with more than 0 credits, you were inefficient. And Dave now pushing tempo here, installing in the remote, adding a piece of ice, and pressure's on Timmy here to make something happen.
What do you think that remote is?
I think it's a 3-2.
Ooh.
I think Dave is a very aggressive player, and Timmy's going to check it through the turning here with the David. And there's the run. Plays the David, makes his call. Hope that's not
the Ichi.
The Ichi. He would have to click through it.
Actually,
Ichi Turing could be the server there, and Timmy just called it beautifully.
That would be awesome. Timmy does have the runner's instinct.
He has the heart. Yeah.
He believes in the heart of the cards, and he just does amazing things.
Well, he plays his game plan, you know. And Dave coming here, he's trying to throw him off. He's trying to make him speed up a little bit. You know, those sure gambles only go so far. He's only got 7 credits left. Not a lot of long-term economy, probably in this deck in general.
But Wizard's sprinting to keep up.
He's sprinting.
He's there.
He does it.
It's a good image.
He's not much of a sprinter, right? Not res. Going to check it out. It's an Adonis. Trashes with Wizard. So call Dave on it, and ultimately...
If that server is Ichi Turing, I'm just going to, flip a lane.
Yeah, it's great, man. He ultimately gets the Adonis out of there and regains a little bit of tempo on his end. Draws into the Mimic there, I see. Looks like he hit a cast, and he's probably going to play that one into the turn here. Yeah, there's the cast.
It's like he's played Wizard before.
There's a little long-term econ happening there. As long-term as Anarch gets, at least. We're not liberating accounts and casting about it. Back over to Dave. So he's a little disappointed, I think. Didn't force Timmy to spend any of his resources on the board or in the credit pool there. Just basically got a free blind access. Hit the Adonis, trashes it for free with Wizard. And now Dave wondering, is this remote good enough to put an agenda behind? I think that's what's going through his head right now.
The answer? Probably not.
Love the imp pressure here.
It's very impressive.
We got one on top there. Dave installs over, installs in the remote, and gains a credit. All right, so now
Click
Timmy
1 run.
gaining 2 for daily cast.
Do it, Timmy. Just run it.
What's the worst that can happen?
Keep the pressure up.
But you know, Dave is he's a wild guy. He's wild. He's crazy. You don't know. He could. That's exactly what he's expecting Timmy to do, right? You install over there. You expect them to run first click. Is Timmy that kind of guy?
He is that.
Oh,
kind
and
of
look,
guy.
boom! He goes to R&D. Dare you?
Ooh,
There's the
assassin.
assassin. There's the assassin. Double David to get through that thing, no problem. And I think now we have the remote free of
Or do you
charge
trace it?
over here.
Do you break the first one and trace it?
No, you don't.
Take the damage?
Oh, he could. He could have. Well, he just played 2 I've Had Worse. So probably don't take the damage. If I had I've Had Worse in hand, I'd risk it for sure. He's got a Mimic, looks like. I don't think he wants to
No. You're right. I forgot I had the Mimic.
hurt his long term. Now, we saw last Worlds, just Mimics getting trashed all over the place. A lot of yelling involved in those exchanges. There's the David, Double David. Sees a card. And he's going to imp the hedge fund.
That makes sense. At 4 credits.
Great R&D run here.
Now you run that.
Now he has the remote, right?
Is that a... Here's my question, Steve. Is that an architect?
I'm still worried about it being an Ichi, man.
Can't res it.
Yeah, it's so true. Not too worried.
Architect.
Boom. Nailed it. So gets an Adonis campaign back in.
And the next one's an ice wall.
And boy, this is exactly what Dave was looking for. Had just enough credits to defend both R&D and the top of that remote, so that's got to be garbage down there in that remote. Probably an Eve campaign.
If it's an Eve campaign, it's beautiful.
And, well, yeah. Installing on the outside, gaining him a credit.
Did we see what that was? Could you see what that was?
I didn't see. I wasn't paying enough attention. And installing an Adonis on top of it.
Probably a Baker Bray good. A Baker Bray. A Baker Bray.
Yeah, Baker Bray good. And he sees the Eve.
Trash it.
Can't imp it. Because he's already imped that hedge
Did you
fund.
trash it?
Yeah, he could pay 2. I don't know, man. He's already got an Adonis for free over here that you need to trash this turn. I think I'd go over and trash the Adonis.
You don't trash both?
No, because you want to use those wizard credits carefully. I mean, let Dave spend the 5 to get that Eve campaign rolling. He's not going to see it for a while.
I don't think you can
trashes
give
it.
him the credits though.
Well-
Because you can't run through the you have to run back in and then risk the second piece of ice then.
He's on 1 credit, though. He's on 1 credit.
You want to keep him on that low of credits.
Yeah, but he's got to pay 5 to get an Eve up. He's a ways off from that. Yeah, you could probably go back next turn and just trash it. Play
But
the
you have
Mimic.
to get through you don't have the money for that.
Yeah, you can find it. You get 2 from the cast. 3 and 2, boom, right there. Just getting 2 credits and trash that Eve. Not a problem. On Eve campaign, it's actually very tough. I haven't figured out against HB. I think it always is a judgment call, but I don't like trashing Eve until they've spent the 5 to res it, because it's not a great differential for them. Now, if they get a Breaker Bay on it, it's a different story, of course, for sure. So tough calls all around, man. That's why we play, you know? It's not a program running. It's human judgment.
With a little bit of programs.
Risk assessment, etc.
I see at least 2 programs.
Dave drawing a card there, seeing what he likes. Adonis comes up.
Correct.
Now, what if Timmy had gone and trashed the Adonis instead? What does that look like? And we got to ask these questions. There's just so many great questions in this game. It's like it's like charting different chess routes, you know?
Yeah, I
It's
do.
like, here, put the exclamation point right here. This is where we need to look and see what the best line is. Dave now having a chance to protect that Adonis. Probably, it smells an awful lot like an architect to me. Just
What does that smell like?
Rotate that Eve back in. It smells like just disgust. Complete disgust from me. So Dave now has a lot of remotes just randomly, out of nowhere. Assassin just completely locking down R&D here. And of course, Eli doing the work that it does.
You could run HQ on... Wait, is there any cards in hand?
I can never tell. Dave's a shark. He's going to go and run the Adonis.
Click 1. Don't res it.
Dave really having to think about this. Could force an Ichi click. There it is. He does just that. He pays all of his cash. I don't know, does Timmy just let that trash happen? It's a good question, man. You lose an imp counter and a David counter for 2 clicks? It's tough.
Depends on what you can get out of that imp counter.
Yeah, he likes to have that Turing protection, I think. That's ultimately reasonable. So, Dave, back on no money. Boy, you'd love to be able to play a Mimic and go in and check that remote out, wouldn't you?
Yes.
He could do that next turn, depending on what Dave does here. And, see, this is a nice time. If he happened to have installed a Caprice in there and Ash, great time to go clear it out. All right, Dave just getting money the hard way here. 3 credits. HB way. Not too threatening. Still has Eli on the table as an option for that face down. Timmy also has a stim hack, and that could be pretty wild to drop the Mimic and then stim hack into that remote. You pay off Architect, you install your Ottman at 4 with your clone chip. I think the math works on that. You're good to run. Yeah, and I think that's totally reasonable. Has an imp counter. If it's an Eve, I think I might even just use the imp counter on that. All good choices. But it's like, are you going to put your money down? That's where it is. Like, are you going to call? Or even raise here, really? I mean, dropping a stim hack right now to that remote is...
It's a raise.
Pretty legit, yeah. It's something special.
Something special.
We also have a new card behind that Ichi.
It's nothing.
Is it nothing?
I have no idea. I don't know anymore.
Adonis or something? Dave getting all of those assets out early. Timmy having to really take a look at this one. I wonder if I think he's thinking about that stim hack.
Is he gonna do it?
Oh, I hope so. Actually, Timmy? That would be really killer.
I don't remember.
I believe I was doing commentary live on this one at Worlds, but I don't remember the play here. Like, I think he's got it, man. Look at him. He's holding the stim hack. He's holding the Mimic. Another clone chip.
To his Mimic.
Is he gonna do it?
No, 2 is
just a straight up sim hack. So he's going to count on Ottman here. Is he going Ottman 3?
He's stimming into the Ichi remote.
Aha! Doesn't want something to get snuck out here. And he's got a couple left. And I think then he just pays off the Ichi with...
one more credit, yeah.
Yeah, and 1 to break the trace there. I guess break.
What
break
is
or
it,
match,
Steven?
whatever you want. Just some asset, right? Product placement, something. Boom. See you later, Ash. A wily Ash.
Boom.
And it takes the stim hack damage on the Mimic.
It's fine, he's got clone chips.
It is. It's good. It's fine.
He can't break anything with it anyway, except for that Architect.
Except for the Architect, yeah.
You don't really care about the Architect, though.
Maybe the Assassin at some point. Maybe the Ichi at some point. I don't think he's on... and hoping for the I've Had Worse to get hit there. That would have been great.
Just rolling the die. It's fine. Isn't it brain... It's brain damage. It wouldn't have triggered.
All right. Dave drawing his card.
Yeah, Dave is 1 card in his hand.
A single card. Timmy's feeling pretty okay here, man. I think that's looking good. Dave continues to install. The amount with which he pushes tempo on these games, unbelievable to me.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do.
What would you do if you had to do?
What? It makes no sense.
It's a good question. Who's on the tempo here, Tim? Who's your money on at this point?
It's tough. I mean, I feel like Timmy had a great early game. He had accesses. He just hasn't seen anything.
We're right in the midst of an incredible game. No points have been scored. They've just been fencing over there on the outside. A little remote jousting. Timmy has a peddler loaded up. Dave installs everything as it comes down the line. just everything.
I mean, why not?
Well, we're about to find out.
You can't break that architect.
That's true. And now Dave back in the cash, and it's so hard to keep HB off of this money.
Engineering the future, man. They have money for the whole game.
They figured out the future is all about money.
Money wins games.
Wins the game of the future, too. Also known as life. We need it. The money. That's what I mean. They figured it out. Hey, if you just have more cash, you're doing okay. And Timmy on the third sure gamble. So the burst is over, aside from a stim hack or two.
Timmy always likes to call it close on the money.
It's so close. This is what we were talking about that earlier. It's just, a lot of times you end the game with 0 credits. And you just barely won. Draws into his Parasite there. Looks like you get a test run as well. A little piece of Timmy Wong special tech. No one else on test run as far as I'm concerned. On these Whiz decks.
Test run is so good with Imp and David.
It really is. Pull it right out of the yard.
It's like once he uses that final David counter, whoop, like, oh, I'll just overwrite that. Let me test run it. Use it. Put it back on my deck. Draw it. Use it again.
Yep.
Deal with it.
Ha 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 ha.
Ha ha. You got.
Important to note, too, both of these guys making Worlds top 16 last year as well. And so Timmy pulling the Mimic out with his clone chip and checking out this remote. What do we see? Is that the Assassin?
It's an Assassin.
So that remote was wide open for a while there. Dave was off 7 credits for a few turns for sure. Gets the Assassin up.
So Timmy's going to break the trash programs one?
I'm going to guess he's going to break the trash program.
And then just take 3 damage?
Yep. He's going to have to.
Yep. Unless he's got a trick under that peddler there.
How about 2 Assassins up on the board for Dave? Talk about Glacier.
I think he's running 3 of them.
I think he's running 3 in the deck, yeah. Now, does Timmy have like a David or something on that peddler?
If he does, this is interesting.
Does he have his trusty Ice Carver? I'm going to guess he does not. Not with an Ottman at 4. A lot of times not the greatest play. But hey, it gets your Ottman in, you know. Break the second sub and taking 3 damage. There they are. We got a Parasite, a Test Run, and a Yogg. That is somewhat painful, let me tell you. And just enough to res the Ash. Trace is 4.
Is that an APD?
No, I think that's like a Vitruvius or something. It's a 3-2. But this is how Dave wants the game to go. Timmy goes to 0 money, and Dave has all this ice up. It's going to be an upward climb for Timmy if he just sits on 2 points here. If he gets it, and he does,
boom,
and it is Vitruvius.
Boom.
All right, so 2 points to 0. Both players on 0 money. Timmy low on hand. Dave just pushing out that tempo.
Man.
Here we go. First turn draws a Caprice. Second turn installs it and gains a credit. Look at that.
So he's on 3 credits again, threatening another score.
Yeah, so mandatory draw, install, and gain 2 credits. So continues to threaten things here. Oh, he's pushing the tempo. I love to see this, Tim. I love to see the difference in how these players are approaching these decks. Such an aggressive look here. And yet, Timmy, you know, and that stim hack, pretty critical, allowing him a free Ottman, more or less. Without that, his setup is too slow, I think, to take this on.
I think that's kind of the point of Timmy's deck.
It is, yeah. He's got 2 stim hacks in there, I believe. It looks like he's gaining a couple credits.
Do we know what's in that top remote over there, Steven?
We do not. We haven't checked it in a while. It was just put in there kind of sneakily.
What do you think it is?
I think it's probably an Eve or a CVS.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's reasonable, right?
Do you res Eves against Wizard?
I would res it in an Assassin Architect server.
That's fair.
Probably wouldn't. Well, I might res it in an Ichi server. Cost him 3. And installs a new remote. So Dave just continues to play handless here. He's just saying now remember, he does have the Caprice in his 2 ice remote here. unknown card in the Ichi remote and unknown card on the outside. So it's up to Timmy to make the right call here. And he just really needs to get set up too,
What is the right call, though?
Well, he's in a drought now, right? He's on 2 credits. He just got his hand back. He's going to check the outside. It's a Jackson, looks like, going to get used. Let's see what we put in here. Hedge fund? Hedge fund? Ah, I see.
The classic get the economy back
I get it.
trick.
I get it, yeah. And against Wizard, those hedge funds even more important. A lot of times the assets are playing the big role, but
Fun Ash.
Wizard takes that around. 2 hedge funds and an Ash, yep. Gaining 2 credits and discarding his second imp.
Credits the hard way, man.
Yeah, I call that the Anarch Sure Gamble.
Click for 4 credits.
Click for 4. All right, so both these players kind of recovering a bit. I feel like Dave is still leading the tempo race here, installing a card and gaining more credits. He's just not letting off the gas. It's incredible to watch this. It truly is. He just doesn't let off. You're playing against Dave Hoyland, and you better strap in, because he's taking you for a ride here.
You gotta buckle up.
Timmy on that 4 credit mark. It's just, and look at him holding that Liberated in hand. This is the tough Anarch play here. Credit, Liberated. Oh, it's so painful. But he knows he's got to do it. If he doesn't do it now, he'll never do it. Credit, Liberated, take 4.
The classic Anarch turn.
You essentially waste an entire turn to set up your 12 money in the future.
Which isn't bad.
It's not bad,
but
because
it's so,
the
it
numbers,
hits your tempo so hard.
The numbers are always cool on it. You want a career fair ultimately, but you got to give him this agenda right now. A lot of great table talk happening here, guys. Psych out stuff. Bush League.
So are we just getting a free score here?
I think there's a score here. Yep. Yep. There it is.
Is he gonna fire?
ABT is not gonna fire, unless that's a Jackson over the Ichi, which it could be, or under the Ichi. Dave, not a lot of ice here. He's played out everything on his asset side almost. It seems like it could hit some sweet ice here.
He didn't trigger.
He didn't trigger it. If he triggers there and just whiffs it, he loses a game he has no business losing. If he hits it, he absolutely wins this game, I think. If he hits 3 pieces of ice there, this game is over. All right, Parasite happening. That's going to give...
That puts him over memory, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. I'm assuming he's going to have to discard that David. See if they catch it. Not a huge thing. And there we go. So installing over the David. Now that's going to make that Assassin, essentially, next turn, it gets broken by the Ottoman. Turn after that, it gets broken by the Mimic.
Forever.
So the Assassin is forever dealt with.
For now.
For now. Dave pushing again. Installing. Gaining his credit. Does he defend R&D a little harder here? You almost want Timmy to spend a couple credits, take a look. I don't think he can threaten too much medium shenanigans. And there it is. So we'll see if he takes advantage here. He's got 2 credits to peek at R&D if he needs it, wants it. Looks like a Corroder in hand.
Corrodes. He would need more memory if he wants to play.
Yeah, the medium would have to come in over the imp. But since he does have the imp counter, that R&D isn't a bad look. And you know what? HQ is as good as it's ever been. 2 cards in there. We also just saw an install into that remote. Does he go check the remote?
No. You can't break the Assassin.
You can't do it right now. Clone chip David. Does he have a David on Peddler? What's he?
I think he has one in hand, I just saw.
Yeah, what are the outs here?
Installing a turntable off
There's
of
the turntable. There's the medium. So he is going to make the medium play here. Paying 2, and that's, again, a great piece of pressure here. So Dave's going to have to sacrifice R&D to score, and there, gets a hedge fund. Nailed it.
That's what he wants.
So now he's going to see 2 more cards, and if Dave wants to score that thing on the remote, he's going to have to... Oh, there's a score. There's
Boom.
2 points. And it stays. What a critical decision point here. If he has the 3-2 in the pocket, does he score it or not?
I think no.
Can you afford? I don't think you can afford to score it.
You have to shore up R&D here.
You have to do it. And then you have to purge. Or is that a CVS over there? All right, it's just an Adonis.
Okay.
No score. So
That's what Timmy wants to see, really.
well played. I think, yeah, Dave not terribly upset about that either. And draws
Oh,
into
it's
the
an
NAPD. Oh, my goodness. First click draw. Installing over the top.
And then gaining a credit.
And gaining a credit. So not installing over, making Timmy pay through.
Which
Pay
is smart,
2
I
to
think.
play, yep.
Timmy's so broke.
He's
Stim
so
hack.
broke, but he always finds a way.
He's got a stim hack there. He always finds a way, is what you said?
He always finds a way.
Classic Timmy
That's a
Wong.
great medium diversion play. I love that right there. Make them shore up R&D. Now you've got some excellent R&D pressure happening. You've got a clean line into HQ here too, and that medium counter being, or that imp counter being gone. It's not as good for Timmy as it once was.
I think that you have to use on an R&D there, though, to see an extra card. I think he was right in using the
Yeah,
counter.
absolutely
Okay.
correct. Yeah. Definitely the right call. You see 2 additional cards on that run. Very, very good. You know, what's the worst case scenario over here on R&D? Right, Ichi 2?
Another assassin.
Yeah, here we go. Just money.
3 credits and a dit cast.
All right, so Timmy going to play the long game here, and Dave's starting to run away with the credit advantage. Adonis is going to tick down, I have no doubts. You're kind of past the point of,
No return.
yeah, getting through an assassin architect to trash a Adonis. And now Dave probably feeling okay. I think if he can get out of the next couple turns without R&D falling apart, he's got a critical amount of advantage. And I think if I were Dave too, I'd be looking to score the global food last. That turntable can screw up your plans sometimes. You don't want him to swap a NAPD or a ADT
Anything.
or something for that global food that you worked for. All right, so let's see. Dave making a new remote, getting some money. Parasite ticks down. Still don't have a purge. So Timmy potentially has an in here. I wonder if Dave just installed the CVS. That's just worst case scenario for Timmy here.
I mean, I don't think he can run right now because of Ichi2 and Assassin.
Yeah, there are problems. Now, if he installs David and runs it, that's reasonable. Going to click through the Eli. Season NAPD and sword. Oh my gosh, it's 6 points. It's 6 points.
You know where you want to be against food, Steven?
Right now, you want to be 6-2. It's incredible. Going to look at the outside. Season Eve, not a CVS. It stays.
Timmy Wong, man.
Wow. Sticky fingers. He knew the NAPD was somewhere, right? That's fair. He just saw it on R&D, couldn't steal it last turn. Snipes a 1 out of 2 from HQ. Excellent play by Timmy Wong.
Purging.
Purges counters.
Which is correct.
Yep. So now Dave is on a pretty solid footing here for HB Food. He can throw another piece of ice on that remote and start scoring out if he can secure R&D and keep Timmy out of here. What's behind that Ichi? We haven't checked that.
We don't
right?
know.
I think it's well, no, if it was CVS, he probably would have used it.
On the medium run.
Yeah.
He had the money.
Probably just like an Eve or an Adonis then, yeah?
Would he not have rezzed it right then whenever he rezzed all the other ones too? Or when
Yeah, I guess I would have for sure. Maybe it's a breaker bay? No, but you would have put the Eve on it, right?
Yeah. It's not an agenda, is it?
I'm not. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. It would be the ballsiest agenda of all time, let me tell you.
Do you check it as Timmy?
No, I mean, no, it's been here forever. I mean, what's the worst case? Maybe it's an Ash sitting there. Maybe it's a Caprice sitting there. Maybe Dave was going to convert that into a scoring server early and kind of miscommitted his upgrades. That's possible.
It's fair.
I don't know. Do you pay 3, though, to go see it? Timmy's not in a position to pay that kind of money. So he's getting some more cast going. So
3
this is
credits
good.
in the cast.
He's getting a ton of money here. He's going to shore up his late game. He knows he can take a little bit slow here. He's got 6 points. Just needs to make a good run. Dave now has got to put the pressure on. He's going to start hitting this remote and playing some Caprice games.
Can you imagine if that daily cast was a day job?
Yes. Wow.
Both of them.
Just blew my mind.
Both of them were 3 credits in the cast.
Money now.
Install advance.
This is very important. Global food has got to be there. If you're Timmy, how do you get through that assassin?
Do you need to?
Do you need to? Yeah, that's the question. Is it a Caprice?
Just win the side game.
Yes, that's right. Win the side game against Caprice, lose a program, you know.
For the game, why not?
For the game.
Why not, Steven?
Because you're on 6 points, my friend. 6 points. I mean, it's almost worth taking a shot at HQ. It's worth seeing what's on R&D. We just need we need a David out, I think. We need a safe David over the imp. And a clone ship will get us a David. Or playing it out of hand. There's a David in the yard, isn't there?
Yeah, he used it earlier.
I don't even see it down there.
I think he's got 2 rows. We can't see the second row.
Aha. It's like the useful row. And there's the David. Okay. So we've got the David over the imp. And now you probably threaten that remote. Do you do that? Three. He's running the remote. Paying 2 to the architect. And 2 David counters. We got the Caprice coming up. We got a side game for the game here, guys.
If that's an NAPD, though.
Removing some counters from Ottman there. All right, and here we go.
What do you bid here, Steven?
Does Timmy
I bid 1.
win?
As Timmy, I bid 1.
I just took complete random. I would probably do 0.
1 is the number.
Completely random, I'd probably do 0. I think Dave goes 2 here.
Well, what's like this? Isn't it exciting?
Now we just throw it up. Side game favors the Corp.
1. It's the number, Steven.
I think it's 1. Is it always 1? If it's always 1, you never
It's not
bid
always
1.
1. It's 1 here.
Just roll. You just roll dice here. That's what I couldn't trust myself to make this decision.
I changed my mind. It's 2. It's 2.
These 2? Dave's the kind of guy that would bid 0 here. All right, goes 2 to Timmy's 0. All right, so keeps him out. Timmy on 1 click left. That could have been the game right there, guys.
Is Timmy going to stem hack in? No, he can't. He could.
Yeah, he could take some net. Well, no, he
He could take
really
the program.
take the trash. You can't lose Ottman 4 here. You can't. So tough. You got to give him this one. Just give it to him.
But then he's on game point.
I mean, honestly, I would be tempted to drop the David and hit R&D. I think that also gives you a really reasonable amount of pressure. If he reses the assassin for 7, that's reasonable. There's the stem hack. He's running back in. David in through the first subroutine.
Let him trash 2 programs.
Oh no. And he had the trace, so we're gonna see if.
Oh, the trace.
So I think he just fought the trace 4s.
But he didn't have that much. Oh, yeah, he did. Stem hack money.
Yeah, I had the sim hack cash. Another side game. Two to 0. Incredible. Discards corroder for the brain damage. So Dave bidding 0, but then throwing his 2 credits away.
I don't need this money. Now, why wouldn't you pump the trace for the trash programs?
You would. You really should.
I know he had like 5 extra money from the stem hack, but
yeah. Whew. Yeah, Global Food 3-2. Dave on 5 points here. That's nuts. And he maybe should have pumped that, Tim.
I don't see why you wouldn't. Did you trash Ottman on 4 here?
Oh, yeah, you trash
And
everything.
the
Ottman Mimic?
This game gets a lot harder.
Yeah. Worth looking at for sure.
Maybe Ottman Parasite.
Mm-hmm. That's reasonable.
Then it shores up R&D without even spending any money.
So Dave on 5 points. Next agenda wins the game. Oh, I'm on the edge of my seat here.
Timmy's going to play his data dealer.
Yeah. There you go. So 3 in HQ. Does he have the 3-2 there? Does he have the NAPD?
Where did all Timmy's money come from?
Daily Cass. He just drained 1 and got 2 more from another. So he gained 4.
It's like, whoa. Money out of nowhere.
Man, this is so tough. Where do you look? Do you look on R&D? Do you look in HQ? R&D is a little too scary for me right now. HQ is guaranteed 2 credits to get in. But if Dave top decks the agenda and throws it on Caprice, your day gets a lot worse.
Does Timmy have any cards in this hand?
As far as I know, he has 0 cards. It's that 1 of HP snare right there.
Bow! Got him. That's the snare noise. Any onomatopoeia, really. Bzz.
Bzzt. Bzzt. Having to really consider here, where's the best line? So many of these HP food games come down to this moment. And you feel like you're always, as the runner, a little behind. Just always a little behind. It's on you
know why
to
you
win.
feel that way?
It's on you to win.
You know why it feels that way, Steven? Because that's what it is.
Because you are. Yeah, because you are behind. It's just an Eli. It's just an Eli. And that pays off huge. If that's Assassin, do you know how bad that is?
It's the game, really.
Sees a card, goes back.
Is it like Crisium Grid?
Oh my god. And checks HQ for 2 credits. Sees an Ichi and had a couple of great shots at an agenda there.
Are they in his hand?
No, looks like they are not. Agenda's nowhere to be found. 2 pieces of ice and Eve and now a Crisium Grid. First click draw. Dave actually looking to stuff it in this remote here. Gonna shore up R&D. Just go and end those dreams.
It's probably the Ichi.
Second click install. And installs over R&D. So now, I think the signal here is that there's nothing in HQ. Absolutely the signal here. Dave is literally just securing R&D, waiting to draw into that agenda, and throws it immediately in the Caprice remote. Probably with a new piece of ice as well. Timmy now just having to find a way to get what he needs. Gains a credit.
Draw credit.
So he's just gonna have to play. He's gonna have to play some small ball here. Like Dave, first click draw, second click draw, sees nothing.
Dave just wants it.
Still not seeing these agendas, and I think if Dave draws an agenda here at all and installs ice over there, if he sees any agendas whatsoever during this last couple turns,
Steven, why do you install ice over there?
slaps him on a Caprice. All right, so Timmy going over to R&D. Again, how bad is Assassin here? There's the Ichi. That'll cost him 3 to get through there.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 money.
Cost him all of his cash to see 2 cards.
Or click for 5 money?
You probably have to pay that, right? I think you've got to see 2 here. Dave hasn't drawn an agenda from what we can tell. Signaling that they're not there. Sees 2 cards off the top. This is a good deal. But again, look, he's sitting on Liberated in hand too. Don't you wish that it would have been like Liberated, click, then run? But it's hard because you need the clicks to avoid nastiness. Ichi 2 here is a problem if you don't have the clicks. So many incredible things to consider.
I think that you click through the Eli and pay the other 2 off.
You could also take Brain and a tag.
It's worth it.
Yeah, maybe so.
I think it's worth the credit to not do that, actually.
Yeah, maybe you pay 4 probably. I don't know. Just depends on how much he loves what he's got. Looking at the different breaking options here. Looking at click through the trash.
Click through the trash that's here. Click through one of the Eli.
So if he spends 3 clicks, break, he can get through for 3.
Okay. Yeah, so
Trace 1 from the Ichi fires. And he gets it. Gets a corroder. And Timmy takes a tag. Clicks through an Eli, 1, and then breaks. Sees an Ash, trashes. And sees a piece of ice. Just no agendas happening here. Timmy 4 credits. What, 3 brain damage now? Installs over the top and advances it twice. Are you kidding me? It's been on the board the entire time. It's been on the board the entire time.
That assassin
David
dies.
Hoyland, a complete madman.
How long has that been on the board, Steven? The beginning of time?
I would have been I would have been sweating profusely. Game was on the board for 10 turns, 20 turns? How many
Been there
turns?
for as long as I can remember.
What is happening? Is this the craziest game I've ever seen in my life? Dave pulls this one off, and it is just the fact that we've gotten this far. My gosh. But Timmy has an easy shot here on R&D. He sees 3 on R&D. That's totally fair.
He wants 4 for the NAPD though.
Yeah, he needs. Well, yeah.
So there's some math
At
to be
worst, you
done.
have 1 more NAPD, but we haven't even seen. Have 1 Vitruvius, a couple of ABTs, another Global Food. But it is upgraded. Oh, we should have accessed it last time. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so he sees Chrysium. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh. So if Dave reses Chrysium, then Timmy only sees 2 cards, right?
Yes.
Wow.
But if he does that, he's opening himself up to that remote.
Yeah, that
probably.
remote then looks good. So,
Because Chrysium isn't the cheapest card in the world.
yeah, Timmy has 4 credits. So you can pay... I mean, you can just click through Ichi again, take a tag. So that's
And a
2
brain.
clicks. And then pay 2 to hit Eli. That's fine. And then see your 2 cards, assuming. You still have 1 click, so then you can go threaten the remote as well. That looks okay. If Dave doesn't res Chrysium, you see 3. You've got a pretty decent shot at seeing one of those 3/2s. Pretty decent. We assume the Global Food is on the board over here.
Or, yeah, it has to be a global food. Or he would
could
just
also-
advance it 3 times and score
Yeah,
it.
it
Could
could-
be an APD.
Could be an NAPD. It could hope to stretch Timmy to go over there and check it, thinking he'll win on the Global Food, lose on the NAPD, and then score it out next turn. Wild Cats. I think you just take a shot at R&D here, right? Take a shot at R&D. If you res this Chrysium, go hit the remote. That seem fair?
Yeah.
Run, click, click on Ichi. Take the brain damage and the tag. Pay 2 for Eli.
Siphon 3 times.
Yeah, that's the old school way of handling this problem. Click one, he checks archives. Okay, always fair.
Good game. No.
You never know with Dave hiding some stuff over there. Sees nothing. Runs R&D and is not breaking. Taking the trashes. Tim, I think this is a huge mistake.
That has to be wrong, right?
Yeah, I think we've... And
Scores?
And sees it anyway.
Scores?
And sees it anyway. Are you kidding? Oh my gosh. That is absurd. You have to see 2 to 3 on top, right?
Yes. 100%.
Timmy, I think, making the wrong call there, but gets it. It's a call.
That was his only way to get in there and have 4 for NAPD. But I think that
That's
you
true.
see 2 or 3 cards is better than 1.
And hey, let me tell you a secret. There was only 1 NAPD in the deck. But we didn't know.
Shenanigans.
There you have it, guys. Timmy Wong versus David Hoyland, 2 of the champions of Netrunner. Incredible games, incredible players, and the crowd goes wild. Thank you so much for watching our coverage of Worlds 2015. Check it out. Check out everything that you can for Netrunner, including our data tokens and our subscription program for data packs. It keeps us on the air and keeps us doing what we're doing. So thank you guys for the support. Huge congrats to Timmy and David and everyone in the top 16 of this Worlds. Just an illustrious group of dudes.
It was a
man.
fantastic tournament.
Incredible players. Thanks for watching, guys.
See you guys.